We've often talked about the barriers in the energy efficiency markets when it comes to large industries. In this small video, we were talking about what are the fundamental barriers that exist in the foundry sector, the small and the medium scale foundries, and of course the ways in which it could be overcome. Now, one of the fundamental things that we normally look at when it comes to energy efficiency, there are three components, critical components: assessment, being able to assess energy performance on your own; reporting, being able to report it to different sections; and of course, then going on to work on those reports and insights and to be able to manage your energy performance. But of course, the loop doesn't get closed in most of the smaller and medium-sized industries for various reasons. For example, the lack of capacity in terms of assessing information, skill sets that are required, and also of course lack of availability of data, and that is not just restricted to energy data, but a whole lot of production and process data that might be required. And the reporting that happens is essentially in an isolated way, only looking at energy consumption, and it's not driven by ENPIs, because fundamentally you need to be taking into account the production process parameters. Because as we call it, energy is just a slave, the master is the production and process. And you cannot look at energy without looking at production and process. And of course, if your assessment and reporting is not in the order in which it should be, then you're bound to take ad hoc decisions and have a huge dependence on experts and external consultants. What's the way to really overcome this in terms of empowering your people, being making them more aware, is transitioning to something we call EIMAS, which is Energy Information Management and Analytics System. With the system, what you're able to do is you're able to close the loop, increase your capacity from top to bottom in terms of being more aware and informed about your plant's energy performance, and hence be in a better position to be able to take data-driven decisions towards fostering energy efficiency and energy productivity. In fact, when it comes to foundries, I think the term energy productivity should be given more importance. It is about how much you produce using the same amount of energy and being able to add to the bottom line. So if you're being able to produce more, it just makes sense using the same amount of energy. Uh, the last bit, we don't think it's the cost of energy that really drives the major incentive of taking to energy efficiency. I think it's the pursuit to stay competitive, profitable, and mitigate risks that exist so that you're able to drive the change and a must needed one. One of the things we've been doing with foundries we've been working with under the Unita project is to give them access to NView, which is the energy information management system developed by EQ Energy, and give them on the go reports, insights via algorithms, call to action, so that everyone in the organization who is responsible for energy consumption is aware and is able to look at the historical performances, insights, and be just more aware about how they're consuming and where can they optimize, change, or retrofit. Do a lot of analysis, which would foster an overall culture change towards energy efficiency. And I think that's needed to be done at a much larger scale when it comes to smaller and medium-sized industries as compared to pretty large industries.